Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty people, it looks like we are live. It is after 5. In fact, it has just gone 20 past 6 GMT. Shout out to Matty Ray and Aaron in the house already. Great stuff. Good to see you boys. Right, let's crack on. Some things I want to get through today. So obviously some exciting news. Let's just show everybody to start with. We have had Patrick Bet David joining Twetch. Oh yeah, check it out. Look at this. So they said, just got verification from the man himself. At or user 42848 is the real Patrick Beck David. Show some love, which I have been doing. So just to prove this, check it out. You click on a Twetch, and it goes to his profile. Look at that, first time on Twitch. How you doing? And check it out. You go to Twitch chat. And I've already been DMing him. Get in there. Look at this. So he says, what's the biggest difference between Twetch and BitClout? Well, let me tell you, Patrick. It's like asking, what's the difference between a Ponzi scheme and a genuine financial product? On the surface, at first glance, they appear to be similar, but start scratching the surface and the differences are universes apart. Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto, aka Craig Wright, created, designed and described in his white paper is the world's first and only genuine digital commodity, which means it is the only medium of exchange that has any fundamental value and therefore provides monetary and data sovereignty. The 5 pillars that define true decentralization are listed in my article below. One of the pillars is accountability, which is why CSW created Bitcoin as a chain of signatures and is the very reason the first thing any single group of developers trying to take control and centralize the network will tamper with. This is why Blockstream implemented SegWit to segregate the signatures so they are not accountable to others when they change the protocol. Twitch provides data sovereignty and rewards and therefore encourages quality content creation through financial compensation in the form of hard money, which is BSV. I mean, when somebody asks you questions like that, I mean, like the answer is so big because without actually going into the full-on, difference between, look, this is what makes a commodity, this is a security, this is a token, this is a medium of exchange, that's a fiat currency. The answers are massive. It's just, I can't, and how much information do you give somebody Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a simple question. What's the difference? And it's just like I've launched into all of that. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, the differences are massive. You know, it's just, you know, I mean, just, I guess he's just starting down the rabbit hole. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, that's why I suppose we need, we need like society, a bit of a community to like, mollycoddle him and just, help him in. You know, first of all, look, we do talk sense here. It's not just, oh, that's a scam, there's a scam, don't listen to him, he's a scammer, Aussie man bad and all that crap. It's just like, look, this is rationale and logic. Hopefully he's an intelligent guy and he might be able to see through it, But anyway, yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff, if you ask me. And next bit, obviously, this is great. Check this out. So we had our man in Sudan, on the ground at the very, very first ever. Everyone's got a picture of it here. Oh yes, here we go. Look at this. There we go. The first Sudan blockchain summit. So representing BSV International. So I said, introduce yourself as BSV International Ambassador for Sudan. Already did. Absolutely great. And check this out. He goes, does Jimmy Wynn know about BSV International? I think Jimmy was too busy, mate. He never answers anybody or anything. And so this was what our man in Sudan said. He said, welcome in Sudan. I know the Minister of Telecommunications and Digital Transformation. I called him yesterday and got myself invited, so I guess I'm going to see you there today. There we go. I was contacting Neil Ford there. So that was our man in Sudan getting himself an invite because he's got contacts in Sudan, which was great. Let's have a look at some of these pictures of him looking good. There we go. Look at that on the table opposite Jimmy Wynn, founding president of Bitcoin Association. Let's see what else we got. See, look at this. This is awesome. For the win, indeed. There we go. Oh, I was about to have dinner. There we go. I'm about to have dinner with them. Get in there. Oh, there we go. There's our man. BSV International, doing his bit. See, look at that. We've got agents all over the world. But that was pretty great. I mean, luckily I spotted that, and he managed to get himself an invite, get himself in there. That's fantastic stuff. Loving that. Making an impression, getting in there. Rubbing shoulders with the top brass. That's what we need. Is there anything else? Let's just go back to my messages. Let's see what I sent myself here. Here we go. I want to get through some of these articles today. This was pretty good. So, Universal Source of Truth, Uniswap. They said, today is the day Uniswap launches Module 1 of the leading technology for supply chain management. And again, this is massive. The market for supply chain management is I can't remember what they... I can't remember. I don't want to say a figure. It's huge anyway. It was in the billions. Might have almost... Yeah. It might have been in the trillions. The economic losses in the supply chain data infrastructure that the world currently runs on is horrendous. Like literally, there is billions and billions in efficiencies, and people skimming off the top, like lost in supply chain management. It's huge. This is like a real game changer. So let's have a quick look at this. In fact, I don't think I've. It was ages ago. Back in, crikey, it would have been back in 20. Actually, it would have been on my old Twitter profile that got banned, where Stefan Nielsen was actually giving a talk at the BSV conference in London 2017? No, 2018. So it would have been November. November 2018 was the first conference. So yeah, I'm not sure if I've actually got the images back then. Come on, Uniswap, let's be having this. Is this my computer playing up? What's going on? Seriously? Come on. want to read this. Unisort.com/product provenance. Unisort took too long to respond. What? Seriously? Come on. Let's have another one. Might have to go to Unisort. Oh, come on. Seriously? Might have to go to unisort.com to actually read this. Is that the link that's not working? Come on. Live show. I was expecting it to take us right to there. Unisort. Here we go. Home. Thank you, Nya. Oh no. Is this a problem with internet? What? Oh. Come on. Unisort can't be reached, so there's an issue with the website? Seriously? Alright, well it looks like the okay, well, it's working. Let's go straight to the website. Come on. Chop. Let's have this. Can't be waiting all day. Can we? It's going round and round and round and round. Waiting for. Oh, come on. Google browser. Unisort. That's what we're after. Homepage. What's this? 404 not found? Surely. Is it like what? This is one of the main articles I wanted to read. Oh no. What a waste. Oh, I was actually really looking forward to reading that. All right then. So, green technology is then. Oh, what's this? Yeah, great stuff. Connection was interrupted. All right, well, we got through to CoinGeek anyway. So this was an article from Kurt Watter saying Bitcoin is green technology. Yeah, let's see what he says about this. It's true, ecological catastrophes, systemic pollution and the inefficiencies that create them are a major problem. People obviously do not want to live amid toxic wasteland, and the quality of human life gets better relative to the cleanliness of the ecosystem in which they live. If the world became too toxic, we could not live, and that would be, well, bad. However, the benefits of industry have been a net positive for humanity as a whole, creating efficiency in the ways we eat, sleep, travel, and grow as a species. Due to industrial processes, we are much more able to focus on art, culture, charity, and civics. Industry has solved most of globe's basic needs and continues to do so with greater efficiency in places where freedom flourishes. So a return to non-systemic, pre-industrial agrarianism is a romantic idea in some ways, but it is ultimately undesirable because too much of the world would starve to death, and the other costs would largely outweigh the benefits. However, in the face of the bull run and NFT boom, environmentalist activists have once again targeted Bitcoin's industrial infrastructure for criticism based on the assumption that proof of work for building blocks is a waste of electrical energy. It's a flawed argument, that one. Is Bitcoin wasteful use of energy? Of course not. Every system has financial and ecological costs, but how many systems are measuring practical return on investment? People focus on Bitcoin's consumption, not visas, for example. Have you considered what Bitcoin can create per kilowatt compared to what the centralized economy can do with the same kilowatt? All systems have consumption, which is repurposed in the attempt to create extra value so that efficiencies can be sold to the world in order to make profit. But the real question should be if there's more profit to be made by using Bitcoin as a tool for efficiency rather than other existing solutions. The Bitcoin protocol is already more efficient than Visa at a very fundamental level, so why aren't we measuring Bitcoin's value per kilowatt? The reason is that BTC is the most well-known implementation of Bitcoin-style network, and the obsolete protocol like Ethereum take up the rest of the mental bandwidth of the blockchain economy. Both networks are massively and arbitrarily inefficient, but they are popular due to the asymmetry in information available in the market. But that is a side note, because the current mainstream economy relies on massive data centers that are incredibly power hungry too. They function as a product of the indirect incentives to maintain internet infrastructure as the backbone of the modern economy, and they use power which people just accept as baseline to maintain their standard of living. They do this because electricity consumption relative to economic output is extremely difficult to measure, and the incentive to be greener is something of a mixed bag. Since the metrics are all wrapped up in complicated math, they are easily forgotten. So how is Bitcoin green? Before computers, power consumption relative to overall profit was considered a fixed cost because it was difficult to change and even more difficult to measure precisely. So a business plan may only consist of estimated costs versus estimated revenue, and entrepreneurs would attempt to balance them out to make some profits. If things worked, businesses chugged along, but the incentive to increase something like power efficiency wasn't really perceivable for industrial consumers who were innately competitive, but not often cooperative. Before Bitcoin, most industries only had marginal incentives to cooperate with their competitors at all, without layers of inefficient bureaucracy getting in the way. Bitcoin changed this. For the first time in world history, the best competitor would be held in perfect balance with his ability to be the best cooperator, while also having a direct and calculatable incentive to find proximity to the most efficient source of power in the world. This has had three major effects. One, honest nodes huddling near sources of cheap power. An exponential increase in efficiency of computer technology specializing in the creation of supercomputer inherent in Bitcoin. An incredible amount of cooperative research into efficient power generation and recycling. Without Bitcoin, there is far less financial incentive to be more efficient with power in consumption and value transfer. And when incentives are low, things stay the same. People needed incentives and gamification of the race to be more efficient in the use of power. Bitcoin created that incentive, and the world is beginning to reap the benefits as industrial miners recycle power into greenhouses and research new ways of generating power altogether. As Bitcoin absorbs an increasing share of the centralized economy, the inefficiency of poor coordinated networks will give way to the efficiency of much more closely coordinated production of value that Bitcoin offers. Imagine the day when the infrastructure of Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Venmo, ACH, Swift, Fedwire, Western Union, MoneyGram, and everyone else has been replaced with Bitcoin. Not only does the world benefit from instant payments, 10-minute settlement times, and instant proof of all activity, but it does so with the incredible small and efficient carbon footprint of the honest nodes of Bitcoin. But isn't Bitcoin consuming too much power? No, but BTC is. SHA-256, Bitcoin's mining algorithm, hashing power is being wasted on BTC by fools and scammers chasing a juicy block subsidy. Under the auspices of increased security, hash power is around all-time highs and consumes absurd amounts of energy, while the network can only handle 6 megabytes per hour. Plus, the difficulty on BTC is actually a security concern. If a significant number of mining machines were to be suddenly turned off, the network would be unable to find a block efficiently, grinding the network to a halt. Since BTC nodes are poorly connected, largely behind Tor and towing a fragile political line in places like China, such an occurrence on BTC is plausible. So yes, BTC is extremely inefficient and wasteful. However, in stark contrast, Bitcoin, BSV, which shares global SHA-256 availability, is capable of practically limitless financial transactions and available data per hour, and due to its more competitive nature, opens up more specialized transaction processing business models instead of raw competition for block rewards. BSV creates opportunities to use a small amount of hash rate while providing value-added services such as high connectivity data services, asymmetric computation, or critical storage of archival data. So for a fraction of the cost, Bitcoin SV can process several orders of magnitude more payments and data across the globe. That's the real point. We don't need 4 credit card companies, thousands of banks, dozens of regional international settlement rails, and 6,000 cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin SV can truly replace all of the payment rails of the world, eliminate the need for unmeasurable power consumption, and put direct incentives in place to make sure that no arbitrary waste exists in the entire global economy. All the while providing near-perfect identity solutions, property rights, management, secure personal and business data, and integrating physical and digital lifestyles seamlessly on the blockchain. This is a goal worth pursuing for the sake of the planet and for the sake of profit. And that's what will make important things truly get done on all fronts. So next time you're looking for a green tech solution to all the world's problems, start with Bitcoin, as in BSV. It's the only tool that can replace everything. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean that's a really, really well detailed and written article there. And talking about things being efficient and stuff. Damn, Uniswap still isn't working. God damn it. Just going back and looking at this crypto quant chart once again, because the shitcoiners still can't figure out what's causing the dump in the BTC price at the moment, because they just don't bother looking at charts like this. Here we go. Let's have a quick look at this. Check it out. I mean, look at this dump. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's that dump comparatively to what's been going on is massively telling. But that dump has actually brought the bright it's actually dragged the price down a little bit with it as well. But they're just simply getting rid of it because they know it's a load of crap. And when I was looking at so we'll have a look at this just quickly, the CoinDice. I mean, look at the amount of data that's flowing through this chain right now. Look at this. Look at that. Look at these megabytes. 13, 22, 28, 10, 7, 31, 69, 29, 60, 12, 67, 60, 12, 67, 60, 15, 86. Almost some triple figures there. 12, 15, 19. You know, it's huge. It's huge. And if we look at the block size, this is the one. Look at this. Daily average Bitcoin block size 1 hour. Look, it looks like the actual block size is leveling out. You know, this is huge. So the chain is growing massively. And then I was just like, what is causing what is causing all of this data? You know, so I did some investigations myself earlier. Here's one I did earlier. Check it out. So when you look at Bitcoin blocks live, you can see unrecognized, which is this one here. Unrecognized earlier today had 90% of the overall transactions on the network. Now it's got over 80. But I was just like, I mean, look, unrecognized. What's all that about? Unrecognized with such a huge amount of data. Someone or something is being tested, on chain. So I was just like, if we know that that's unrecognized, we can just simply click on one of these blocks. There we go. We see the transaction ID on here. So we'll click on that transaction ID. It should take us to what's on chain. Yeah, and then we've got. So this is one of those one of the transactions. So it's just like, can we find out anything about these transactions? So that's the input and the output. Have a look at this one. Right, here we go. So this takes us to the public key and the balance. There was another one. Here we go. Let's have a look at this one. Look at this. So this is on. This is through Electrum. So it's got Electrum balance and Electrum history. So it looks to me like somebody is testing something, maybe on the Electrum wallet, or something like that. Let's have a quick look when we go back. I mean, look, you can see all this data here. So we can click on the hash of that block, and then these are all the other transactions that are within the block. But again, I was trying to find out what you know, what these unrecognized transactions were, and I was just like, okay, well, like, you know, Electrum, and then it just sort of gives us, you know, the address and then the what's on chain thing. Didn't really tell us much. And then I thought, okay, well, let's just have a look at like your trends.cash here, and just click on the information that we can find there. Close these down. Now look at this. Look. Right, so look at this. Right, so Router SV, we know who they are, but we don't know what they're doing. Then we've got B Drive. Again, B Drive doesn't really tell us anything. Then we've got some random wallet address here. Doesn't tell us anything. Another random wallet address right there. BN Protocol. No one really knows what that is. Magic, whatever that is. Right, and then MetaStreams of the boys over at MetaNet. The only apps that we're using are here. So we've got Twetch and TDXP. But look, even this like One Love addresses between them. So really, on this pie chart here, the only ones we actually know are TDXP app and Twetch, which means all these other generators, which are generating all this huge volume of transactions, we don't know anything about. Like, we don't know who they are. Like, literally. And so I went through them. I was just like what? Like B Drive. Let's click on that. You know, and then it's got the URL. I mean, at least that's got like some information there. And so this takes us to what's this, like B Drive, Bitcoin. So it's to do with store references. And look at this disclaimer down the bottom. So it says, note on illegal content. Remember that Bitcoin is traceable and Bitcoin never forgets. Please think twice before uploading illegal content. Even if just for fun, it can ruin your life forever. So then I was just like, okay, right, so that's B Drive. So they're talking about uploading information. So then I went and thought, oh, I'll have a quick click on these links. All right, so that basically doesn't tell us anything. Let's go back again. Trends.cash. Apps by performed actions. B Drive, thank you, Nya. So this is BitDB network. Yeah, and then it's got here pager turn, Bitcoin files, BitPaste, Bico Media. So it says to view the uploaded files with a transaction ID, check out these websites. You know, does that not take us to anything? No, bad gateway. All right. Protocol spec, GitHub. Again, so this, I guess this is like, this is storage. You know, what's this? The prefix B is generating using Bitcoin. Again, like, you know, a little bit out of my depths here. When you select a file, it directly writes as binary, RE-buff to Bitcoin push data. You know, referencing media. Again, I'm not really techie, so I don't really know what I'm looking at here. But yeah, we've got like Bitcoin files, for example, and it's got warnings about uploading files. So they're uploading something. And there was another one that I saw that looked like it was to do with voting. Let's see if we can find it. Look, description, author identity protocol. So that's to do with, like, you know, people's identity. Is that anything to do with, you know, voting and stuff? Like, who knows? Let's have a look at this one. Again, look, there's just no information there. Like, no. So and these are huge transaction generators. Like, you know, huge transaction generators, and no one knows what they are or what they do. So now we've got BN Protocol. They got a URL here. Oh, like error? Seriously? So again, somebody is hiding something that they don't want us to know about. What's this? Magic Attribute Protocol? We've got a name there, but no link to anything. What's this one? One Love F7. Again, like no information there. What's this one? Look at the actions made. I mean, like, they're money spent. I mean, that's quite a bit of money spent on that one as well. You know, we don't know what they do, but they make up, like, what? Let me see. So Twetch, like 6.1%, TDXP at 4.9%. So basically, like 90% of all the transactions, you know, come from these huge transaction generators, and we have no idea who they are, which makes me think, you know, they're large corporations, you know, testing proof of concept on the network. That's the only conclusion I can come to, and they just simply don't want people to know that they're testing it just yet. I'll tell you who will know everything, and that's our man on the ground, Satoshi Nakamoto himself, CSW. He will know exactly who these things are, you know, who's behind them and who's testing what. You know, it's massive. You know, it's massive what's coming, and these shitcoiners like literally just have no idea. You know. Oh, shame we can't read that Unisot article, but this was something here by that Twetch posted where Mandeep had said here the difference between BitClout and Twetch is like night and day. I don't know why they're compared. BitClout, this was obviously in response to Patrick Bet-David's comment. BitClout is a platform for speculative bets on other people's value. Twetch is a platform where you are the value. One's for losers, one's not. That's a pretty good description, really. I was actually really hoping to read this article. What's this one? Great progress. We provide ERP plugins to SAP. Blah 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 blah. Somebody said there was a great article, so are we actually going to get to see it? Like, can we even get to Unisot's homepage? No, we can't. How long do we give it before we give up on this? Seriously? Oh my goodness. Right, yeah. So anyhow, so there's huge amounts of data flowing through the chain. I mean, huge amounts of data flowing through the chain, and again, they're being hidden. But we know that exchanges are cashing out. You know, and none of these shitcoiners, you know, understand what's going on. Yeah. Let's go to my profile. We'll go to home. Caught the fraud. Kong flu. Bolivia, a man carrying presidential election ballots is intercepted by civilians, showing the ballots already marked with the vote for the candidate and the current Bolivian president. This is exactly what happened in the United States. You know, absolutely outrageous. And again, like it's Bitcoin that fixes this. Bitcoin fixes everything. You know, it's huge. Go to my profile. Huh. What was this one? Yeah, Derek McGill's one. Yeah, Cointelegraph was saying, oh my god. USDC toppled Tether as king of stablecoins. I mean, USDC is on an absolute tear at the moment, and Tether also printed $2.2 billion over the past 2 days. You know, it's absolutely outrageous what is going on. You know, I just hope that this. I honestly think that the shit show is going to be over soon, because. Well, the Tether doesn't seem to be going into BTC just yet. Whether it will later on, who knows? But it's the only hope they've got, because nobody's using it for anything else, you know. And we know that the exchanges are cashing out, because we can see it on Flipside Crypto, as we've already seen in my chart show earlier on. Yeah, we'll come back to that. I was really hoping I could get onto that Unisat article. Oh well, I'll tell you what. I wonder if it's on. I wonder if it's in CoinGeek. Let's have a little look here. ASIC manufacturing. eBang launches a digital currency exchange. Don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Coinbase. Oh my God, would you believe it? Coinbase coin begins trading on April 14th. They've actually created their own shitcoin. Coinbase will become a publicly traded company beginning on April 14th. Coinbase will be going public by doing a direct listing on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange and will trade under the ticker symbol COIN. Oh my God. The Coinbase public listing is a highly anticipated event in the blockchain and digital currency industries, and marks the first instance of a major digital currency business located in the United States going public. The financials. Coinbase released its estimated Q1 earnings. I bet that's probably Coolcoin related. Q1 earnings report and 2021 outlook on April 6th. The report gave the world a first look into Coinbase's 2021 performance. According to the report, in Q1 2021, Coinbase had 56 million verified users, 6.1 million monthly active users, total revenue of $1.8 billion, and a whopping $223 billion worth of assets on Coinbase, which represents 11.3% of the total crypto asset market share. That is pretty big. It's a bucket shop though, you know, it's literally the fall, like it's like Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. What is $60 billion worth? I mean, it seems pathetic in comparison to this now, but you know, it takes years to build up. Yeah, I think Bernie Madoff ran his Ponzi scheme for like 20 years, something like that. You know, but built up over 20 years, crashed in literally a couple of days. Once it was revealed as a Ponzi scheme, that was it. Wiped out, gone, no longer there. That's what it's going to be like for these things. Once people realise it's a bucket shop, once people realise all these shitcoins are shitcoins and have no value, it's not going to be like a slowly, a slowly deflating balloon. It is literally going to pop and be gone. That is it. If you are not out by that time, you will not be able to get out. It will be a race to the exits. The market will literally crash, and take all your wealth with it, all your made up wealth. Paper wealth, or should we say digital wealth, that's like nothing. So overall the Coinbase estimated financials indicate that Q1 2021 was the best quarter that Coinbase had in its company history. Again, because numbers go up, but it's a bubble that's being caused by the quality exchanges, selling out. That's it. Valued at over 100 billion, Coinbase is expected to debut with a valuation that is estimated to be over $100 billion. That's not million, that's billion. That's absolutely insane. Shares of Coin are already trading in the Nasdaq private market, the marketplace that allows current employees, former employees, and Coinbase investors to trade Coin shares before Coinbase becomes available to the general public. In late February, shares of Coinbase were trading on the Nasdaq private market for an average of $373 per share, which would give Coinbase a valuation of about $100 billion. Interestingly, the Coinbase direct listing and valuation implies that other digital currency exchanges may be undervalued. Massive bubble. Massive bubble. Something to keep an eye on over the next few days is the market action of digital currency exchange coins and tokens. In other words, digital currency exchanges that have a coin or token native to their platform. If Coinbase is valued at over $100 billion and shares of Coinbase are trading at roughly $400, we may see other digital currency exchange coins and tokens move towards the price that coin is trading at when it debuts. I mean, literally, it's going to be it'll be the knock-on effect. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the knock-on effect is, because obviously, Coolcoin is not widely accepted in the public. Store of value, not many use it, don't spam the network, digital dog shit, censorship resistant, keep the network small, don't scale it, Raspberry Pis and all that kind of crap. So it's basically just going to be people sitting on it. So it's not circulating in the economy, which would give it real value. When it's circulating, everybody's using it, but they're not. All these shitcoiners are just simply hodling it. That's all they're doing. So is it really going to make too much difference to them? I mean, they're going to be absolutely gutted when it goes down because some of them have put their life savings into this, but they're not using them. Maybe some of them can't do without them because they're hoping to cash them out later, and they're sort of sitting on it, using them as a safety net. But it's nuts. In fact, I heard. We'll have a quick listen to this. I mean, this was hilarious. Let me just find it quickly. Tell you what, I'm just gonna bring up an image of Peter McCormack. Here we go. Let's find this in my images. Here we go. Show images. I'm sure I've got Peter McCormack in here somewhere. No, not yet. Okay. I'll have to find it here. Hold on. Right. I'm just going to have this lovely image of him going on about people using the Lightning Network. So what effing idiot is using... There we go. Got it. Here we go. Send that. Bring that in. Enlarge it. Right, check it out. Right, so now we're just going to play a little bit from his interview that I saw him giving with someone, well, I guess like earlier. And listen to this. This is about cognitive dissonance. Here we go. So we go, what Bitcoin did. See if we can find this here. This is the one. Right, 2 seconds.
Welcome. This is the first time you've been on my show.
Yeah. Around here somewhere. Right.
There is zero incentive for her to objectively review her own thesis.
So they're talking about modern monetary policy and somebody else who, they're accusing of not being able to,
they're just complete like zombies to these ideas. Then there's like so much skin in the game that they're not going to change their minds until it smacks them right in the face.
Well, listen, I keep referring people to Jonathan Haidt's book, The Righteous Mind, because the thing that sticks out in that to me is not the left v right thing. It's the more the fact that we take a position, then we post-rationalize it. And I just think that's what happens. Like how, even if Stephanie Kelton had some doubts, how does she come out and go, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, fuck, I got this wrong. Yeah, MMT's bullshit. We're basically blowing up the economy. How did she do that? Her whole career is built on the idea of MMT. She's a published author based on this. She gets speaking engagements based on it. There is zero incentive for her to objectively review her own thesis, because she's economically aligned now with MMT. And I think that happens with a lot of things. By the way, I also think Bitcoin is sometimes completely guilty of this. I think sometimes we don't always look objectively at our own thesis because we're also economically aligned. I just think that happens, right? Sure. But the MMT thing, I mean, it's just, I think it's worse out in the US, by the way. We've got massive debt here in the UK, and we're definitely seeing inflation, and the real inflation is very different from the reported inflation. But I think you've got a much bigger problem out in the US. Like, I feel like you guys are living in a reorg at the moment. You've got, rather than a block reorg, you've got a state reorg. Like, I keep speaking to people who are leaving New York and San Francisco, and some people are leaving the country, and it's a bit of a shit show. And the money printing situation is just, I can't get my head around these numbers. Like the 1.9 trillion, and now like Biden's talking about, was it another 3 trillion? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. Those numbers in 2008, the bailout numbers were 700 billion, right? And like that was astronomical. That was mind blowing.
Hold on, was that the total number of 2008?
That was the first bailout. Yeah, it was $700,000
in 2008
that they asked for. Yeah,
700 billion.
Yep. Sorry, yeah, 700 billion. Is that what I said? 700 billion. Yeah.
Wow, it just doesn't seem that much now, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it is fascinating, and I was just re-listening to your episode with Brandon Quittem, and
No,
you
it's a
know how
great
he
show.
studied. Yeah, it was an awesome show, man.
What a load of crap. Awesome show, man. Yeah, man, awesome show.
I studied the Fourth Turning, that book by Neil Howe, and this is, I mean, it's right on time for this sort of breakdown of and massive distrust in centralized institutions. And
Anyway, you get the point there. What I'm trying to say is he's going, oh, well, you know, somebody else is economically aligned to this. So, you know, how does she get out of it? How is Cormac going to get out of the hole that he's in? Like, literally, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Let's find this another classic image from him with regards to CSW. I think we've all seen this, but it's always worth reminding ourselves. Let me just find this one in my library of images that I have. I'll find it here somewhere. This might be the one. Here we go. Go. Hold on. Give me that. Send that to myself. Enlarge that one. There, look. This is what he actually said. Look, Craig Wright submitted a crazy amount of evidence that he is Satoshi in my lawsuit. What's your point? Yeah, I mean, so he's even saying, look, he's submitted a crazy amount of evidence that he's Satoshi, and yet he's dissing him, going, oh yeah, he's not Satoshi, and oh well, he's talking crap. He invented Bitcoin. If he invented Bitcoin, he has got the Tulip Trust. The Tulip Trust, worth hundreds of billions. And he's been mining it since the beginning and knows the fundamentals of Bitcoin more than anything else. Why are you still not listening to him? And why are you still supporting BTC when we know it's an absolute bag of shit? How is he ever going to get out of that? It's nuts. This is why shitcoiner shit for brains. It's not rational. It's not rational at all, his point of view or behavior. It's insane. He's aligned himself to Blockstream, who didn't even create this thing, that have changed the protocol so that it's literally beyond all recognition. In fact, I think we should. And this is what Peter has actually admitted himself. Like, listen to this. I mean, this is always worth listening to. Check it out. Here we go. This is Peter McCormack.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here. It's a completely different project. It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore. Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project. Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Like, seriously, can you believe it? Can you honestly believe it? So he's going, Bitcoin is, and Craig has submitted a crazy amount of evidence that he is Satoshi in his own lawsuit. And he's saying, oh, it doesn't matter who Satoshi is. The Bitcoin project isn't anything like it was when Satoshi was here. That means it's not Bitcoin. How can you not see this? More to the point, how can you be so effing dumb? Oh dear, honestly. Crazy stuff. Shout out to people in the chat box. Who have we got there? Matty Ray, Aaron, Neezy, Odin Horus, Sav Toshi in there as well. Diddy Weldon, thank you very much for joining us. So anybody? Oh, we've got a new one in there. What's that? Starring that dude. BSV wins. Yes, indeed, it does. All day long. Any other new ones in there? We've got Bitcoin Fool. All right. Haven't heard that's a new one in there. Thank you for joining. Right, peeps. Handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. Going to ding a dong to absolutely everybody, or ding a jiro, whatever you want to call it these days. Here we go. Just turning on my Wi-Fi. So I've just been out. There we go. Handcash is opening now. Remember, it's hand cashes and paymails. I'll do all the ones that I know. starting from the bottom. So we got Aaron first. There we go, Aaron G. Oh, there we go. On the way. First one. There we go. Got it. Odin, put your handle in there, please. I can't remember what it is, or if I don't know. Next, we'll do Neezy. Here we go. Swiping to send on Zave. Here we go. Oh, we got Orange Kick 33. Orange Kick. All right, it's a new one. Thank you very much. Here we go. Orange Kick. Oops, fat fingers. K-I-C-K. Yeah, registered. Swiping to send on the way to you. Thank you very much. There we go. And Bitcoin Fool, put yours in there as well. I'll try Bitcoin Fool maybe. Matty Ray, put yours in there. Can't remember what it is. We've got Diddy in there. Diddy, not Duddy. Here we go. D-I-D in my contact list. Swiping to send on the way. And starring that dude, put yours in there too. Don't know what that one is. That's a new one. Savtoshi. Here we go. Suave Toshi. Got it. Next. Swiping to send all the way. On the way. This is awesome. Dinging dongs out money to anywhere and everywhere in the world. There we go. Right, who's next? Odin, Horus, I need yours in there. And starring that dude and Bitcoin Fool, need all yours in there. And Matty Ray as well. I haven't got a handle in my mental Rolodex for Yao. There we go. Sothosos. Alright, I'm probably butchering that one. Yeah, that's registered. Swiping to send. Sothoth. There we go. That's done. That was a nice easy one. Anyone else? 8 seconds off. 50 minutes. The time flies when you're having fun. Right, there we go. That'll do for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed that show. Again, go back and have a watch of my chart show, because it's telling what we're seeing on Crypto Quant at the moment, and the amount of data flowing through the chain. Something is stirring. Something is happening. I think it's going to happen soon. TM, should we say? And then also always enjoy my bit of comedy news in the afternoon. So cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twetch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwetch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twetch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.